Hello, YouTube. This is Faceless Art reporting from not his SDM, but rather his car. The same car that I made my first vlog in when I explained my future plans for this vlog. I'll make another of those. Things have changed in the past few weeks. But today's topic has more to do with the vehicle I'm driving. I'm not going to pull it down. As you can tell, I have a manual car. I have to shift myself. I have to do most of the work. And this is something that makes the typical American. And here I am going to stereotype even more than Fox News do. Because in my eyes, the American have a power complex so deep that they buy a, let's say, a Challenger Hellcat with 700 horsepower in order to go to Target instead of Walmart because you're slightly richer. And you buy that car with an automatic. Of course you do. Because you don't want to shift, you don't want to work. You have the engine, you can have the power to accelerate. And I don't get why you need that. Now, if you buy a Hellcat, you're not going to be influenced by these points I have about hating on the automatic gearbox. But I hate them, so I'll tell you why. I don't see why anyone would choose to have an automatic gearbox unless they spend all that time on their phone instead of shifting, because that's what I think is the reason people are on their phone all the time. They need to put their right hand to use. Now, my points for preferring a manual gearbox are as following. Number one, economy. Not only are manual gearboxes cheaper to buy in a car than an automatic, but they also make you drive cheaper. You can save a lot of money if you can drive well with a manual car. As you can guess, the research I'm going to present right now in a purely verbal way are deeply biased and personal. A manual car can save you as much as 10% in fuel. And I have done this research by driving a car with a manual gearbox and the day after doing the same route with a car in an automatic gearbox. But the overall car is the same. And those cars were the Peugeot, I'm French now. Peugeot partner with either the manual or automatic. And I looked at the numbers in the dashboard because it had like this computer. And the average fuel economy improved a lot with the manual over the automatic. And I don't have the exact figures because I was working, I can't really follow it that closely. So that's something you should consider if you're going to buy a car and you have some mild concerns about economy. And not only that, you apparently save the planet by making individual cars, you spend less fuel, so there you go. Woohoo, you saved the planet. Have a medal. Next point about being in favor of the manual car is you get more control. Now, I'm going to tell you about the first time I was driving a car. It was a 1967, I think, Volvo 164. a luxury car at the time. And the problem I have with that car, since it was the first car I ever driven, English, it was an automatic with the shifter on up there, and it made terrible choices. Anyway, you get more control with the manual. You should take it. Isn't that part of the American power complex? Having control, having the power to control your car. I think you should go manual. But the third and last point, comfort. Now, if an automatic car makes a really bad decision, you'll feel it. You'll feel it really well in your spine. Because this Peugeot made some terrible decisions whenever you are going to slow down for a intersection or something like this. And it will try to stay in, say, second gear. And it will do that. And I did it on purpose now. But that car dumps the clutch. And sometimes it will even try to gear shift down because it realizes that, oh, I'm going too slow, I should shift down. And the first gear is just for getting started. So it basically revs the hell out of itself. But if you drive a manual, if you get decent at that, it doesn't matter what car you drive. Any car is as comfortable as you make it. It doesn't matter if it's a, let's say, old American car. As long as it has the manual and a working clutch, you can drive comfortable with that. If it's a sports car manual, you can drive comfortable with that because the gearbox is under your control and you're responsible for your own comfort. The same way a motorcycle rider is responsible for his own safety. And that's it. That's basically all I wanted to talk about. Why you should drive in a manual gearbox car instead of an automatic. And if you want to hear more about my idea of the American power complex, you can just leave a message down below, and yeah, I'll tell you more about it in a later video if you guys want it, or maybe I'll do it anyway. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.